Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga LJ. My name is LJ. I'm a yoga teacher and a registered nurse, and today's class is about moving higher, a journey to the heart. So lots of back bending. I do recommend a couple blocks for today, unless you're quite flexible. And we're going to start in Virasana. So bring your knees together, feet wide, and sit in between your feet on the ground. You can also take a block and sit on a block flat, lengthwise. And you may have to move it a couple times just to get that right position under your sitting bones. And once you're there, we'll land the palms open on the thighs. Close the eyes and we'll soften down into the space. When the heart space is blocked or stiff, it tends to limit our ability to breathe efficiently. And this includes the mid-back shoulder area as well. So we'll try to open up this space today. We're going to lean back, bring the hands behind you on the ground, fingers facing forward. We're going to open the chest, heart to the sky, and take 5 deep breaths. You can also use a block for extra height here, lengthwise. And let the breath move up into the heart space, exhaling any tension. Ujjayi breaths, breathing in and out through the nose. And we'll bring the block with us in front. So block lengthwise, hands pressing on either side. We're going to lift the block up, straight arms. Soften your low ribs down, engage the core. And we'll bend the elbows, drop the block behind the head. You can press the back of your head into the block as your elbows lift towards the sky. And we'll bring the block straight back up and we'll drop it down halfway down. From here, we'll bring it behind us, reach it back. Lift the arms, find your low ribs, core engage, and we'll bring it back in front of us. Same thing one more time. We'll reach it back, lift the block up behind you, low ribs, core engage, and back to the front. Straight arms, we're gonna lift the arms straight up. Keep your core engaged, low ribs in. And keep that as we bend the elbows, drop the block behind your head. Elbows to sky, you can press the back of your head into the block and push your shoulder blades through the chest to feel a bit of a back bend in the upper back. We'll release straight up, halfway down, and release the block. Moving to spinal twist, we'll bring that right hand outside the left knee, left hand back, open chest to left, turning from the upper thoracic. 3 more breaths here. And we'll switch. Left hand outside of right knee, open chest to right hand reaching back. Going deeper with the awareness. And we'll come back to center. We're going to come up to kneeling. Inhale, reach for the sky. Inhaling fresh energy. And we're going to exhale back down. 2 more times. Inhale up, reaching for fresh energy, high frequency energy. Exhale back down. Last time. Inhaling up, receiving, absorbing. And exhale back down onto the heels. We're going to interlace the hands behind us, pull them back and down, open the chest. And we're going to come up to kneeling again, but we'll drop the head on the ground, arms up and over the head. breathing through the body, releasing the shoulders and the low back. And we're going to inhale, pull up. The arms are going to pull you all the way back to Virasana and release. If you're sitting on a block, we'll move it out of the way. We'll bring the hands to the floor, moving to a downward dog. Take a few breaths here to settle in. You may want to bend one knee then the other, or rock your hips side to side. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to come forward, wide shoulders, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, chest to your thighs. 2 more times. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, back. Bend your knees, chest to your thighs. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, back. Bending. And then push back to a downward dog, finding a sense of stillness here. See if you can settle into the pose. And we'll lift the right leg up. We're going to keep it straight, so we're not going to open the hip. So you're lifting from the inner thigh, straight leg. Bend the knee to your chest. Don't move anything else. Just pull the knee to your chest. And we'll bring it back again. 3 breaths. Keeping it straight. Dropping the outer right hip as you lift the inner thigh. Point your toes. And pull the knee to the chest. We're going to rock forward now to high plank. And we're going to step the right foot forward. Maybe step it a couple times or directly forward. Back knee to the floor. We're going to come into a kneeling lunge. If you're using blocks, bring them back. High blocks by your hips, and we'll inhale the arms up over the head. We'll bend the elbows, open chest to the sky. Exhale, straighten the right leg, arms in front of you. Inhale, open chest to sky, pull the elbows by the sides. Exhale, pull the hips back any amount. One more time. Inhale, open to the sky, receiving energy. Exhale, pull the hips back. And we'll stop there. We're going to bring that right hand outside the right foot, open chest to left hand reaching back, 5 breaths. We're going to come up and bring that left hand to the high block by the left hip, right hand up and over the head, opening heart to the sky. And from here, we'll come on your left fingertips, right hand coming to the block on the right side. So high block on the right side, left hand over the head, leaning to the right. You're going to feel the left side ribs, left side body lengthen. And from here, we'll take all this length, we'll bring that left elbow outside the right knee, hands to prayer, open chest to the right. See if you can keep your gaze up to the ceiling, past the top shoulder here for today. Pressing into the right foot, breathing through the pose. And we'll release. If you're using blocks, bring them to the front of the mat. And we'll bring our hands either side of the right foot. Lift your back knee off the ground. Option to use blocks here. Come on your hands or fingertips. Open chest. And we'll exhale the hips back, ground the back heel to the floor. We'll do this 2 more times. Inhale, open the chest, wide collarbones, bend the right knee. Exhale, hips back. Last time, bend the knee, open the chest. And we'll move the blocks, hands flat to the ground. Try to lift your right heel off the ground here. Maybe tap it a couple times and go back to downward dog. Lengthen that right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip here. And we'll release the right foot to a high plank. We'll drop the knees down, going to Chaturanga. Bring the chest forward first, engage your core, then bend the elbows midline, and we'll go to the floor. We're going to do modified cobra, so hands as wide as the mat in front of you. Open the chest, ears back. We'll do this again. Exhale down. Hands further ahead is easier. Hands closer is deeper. So watch your low back when you come up. Inhale, open the chest, ears back. Exhale down. We're going to interlace the hands now, forehead to the ground. And pull the hands back behind you. Lift the head up when you're ready. 5 breaths. Keep pulling the hands down and back. Open the chest. Breathing through the pose without restriction. And we'll release the forehead down. We'll bring the hands to cobra, wrists under elbows. Now bring your elbows towards each other. When you're ready, lift to cobra. Option to go to upward dog. Lift your hips, knees off the floor. You can drop the knees back to downward dog or lift your hips and roll over your feet to downward dog. Find your breath here, a couple breaths. And we're going to move to a high plank. We're just going to move the feet only. So drop your heels to the right, both heels to right, hands flat. And we'll come back to center and go to the left. So both heels to the left, pressing into your hands. So notice the weight distribution in your hands, keeping it even, lifting your hips. And we'll come back to center, high plank. From here, we'll push the downward dog. And we'll lift the left leg up when you're ready. Point your toes, so don't open the hip. Outer left hip is dropping down as you lift the inner left thigh to sky, straight leg. Pull the knee to your chest. And then we'll lift the left leg back up. 3 breaths, very active. And we'll pull that left knee into the chest, coming to a high plank. We'll step the left foot forward. Tap if you need to. Drop the back knee to the floor. Going towards a kneeling lunge. Bring the blocks, if you're using them, by the hips on the highest height. And then we'll bring the hands. We'll bend the elbows, open chest to the sun. Fresh energy. Inhale, exhale, push your hips back, arms in front of you. Your foot's flat. Inhale, open the chest, bend the elbows by the side. Exhale, hips back, press your front toes down. Last time, open chest, elbows by the side. Exhale, hands forward and release. We'll bring that left hand outside of the left foot, open chest to the right. And we'll come up on the left fingertips, right hand moving to that high right block by the right hip, open chest. So left arm up and over the head, heart to the sky. Squeezing shoulder blades towards the spine and through the chest. Pressing the left foot, bend the left knee. And coming up, we'll bring that left hand to the high block. Now we're leaning to the left, so right arm over the head, leaning to left side, opening right side ribs. Pressing into left foot, bending left knee. And we'll take that length with us. Right elbow outside of left knee, hands to prayer, open chest to left. And we're going to try to bring that gaze up past the top shoulder here towards the ceiling. And we'll release. If you're using blocks, bring them to the front of the mat. You may want to use them here. Bend the left knee, lift the back right knee off the ground. Open your chest, wide collarbones. Inhale. Exhale, hips back, ground your back heel. 2 more times. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, back. Last time, inhale forward. And we'll drop the hands flat to the floor. We're gonna lift that left foot up and float it all the way back and up in downward dog. Lengthen the left leg as high as you can and bend the knee, open the hip. And we'll drop that left foot to high plank, dropping the knees, Chaturanga for cobra or upward dog. So bring the chest forward first, elbows bend midline, and then inhale your variation. Exhale, you can lift the hips, roll over the feet, or drop your knees to the ground when you go back to downward dog. 5 breaths here. Softening into the pose. Trying to release those hard edges. And we'll jump to the top when you're ready. Bend the knees, straight arms. Inhale, flat back, hands to shins or fingertips. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head down. Press the feet coming all the way up, hands over the head. Exhale to Samastitihi. We'll do a full sun salutation here. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Hands to shins or the floor. Exhale, plant your hands, lift your heels, jump back, high plank. Drop your knees, Chaturanga, bend the elbows midline and engage the core, mid-back muscles. Cobra or upward dog. Exhale, back, lift the hips, roll over the feet, downward dog, 5 breaths. Going deeper with the awareness in the body. We'll bend the knees, step or jump top of the mat. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shins or the floor. Exhale, forward fold, drop the head down. Press the feet, come all the way up. Inhale, hands over the head. Exhale, Samastitihi. Moving on, we'll inhale the arms up, lengthen. Exhale, fold, dropping the crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, flat back, head up. Exhale, hands down, lift your heels, jump back to a high plank. We'll bend the knees, Chaturanga, engage your core, elbows midline. Cobra or upward dog. And exhale back to downward dog. From here, we're going to come to a high plank. Turn the heels to the right. Left foot's going to come halfway up the mat, option 1. Option 2, left foot can come in front of the right foot. Make sure you retract the bottom right shoulder in towards the spine to stabilize that bottom right shoulder. Find your variation for side plank. Lift your hips. And we'll drop the hand, come back to the high plank. Find your stability, your breath, and push to downward dog. We'll bring the right leg back and up. Oh, bend the knee, open the hip. So come onto your right fingertips. Option 1, stay here, bringing the right foot over. Option 2, drop the right foot over to the left as you lift your hips to Wild Thing. So your right heel's off the floor, left foot on the ground. Right arm over the head. Open the heart to the sky, lifting your hips forward and up. When you release, turn right hand back to the floor, left foot's going to turn, and then right knee to your chest, high plank. And we'll step the right foot forward, stay with me, drop the back knee, you made it. We'll bring the high block outside the left hip, coming to a kneeling lunge, hands over the head. And we'll bring the left hand to the high block, bring it near, just past the shin, to the side, off the mat. And then bring your right foot to the right. Extend the right leg, right hand over the head, opening heart to the sky. You can even drop the block lower if you like, or bring your hand to the floor. So it's by the shin off the mat to the side as you lengthen the front body. Right foot down to the floor. And we'll come back up with control, bend that right knee. You can keep your foot at the angle, Just bend the knee over the ankle and then right elbow above right knee, open chest to the left hand up and over the head. Keeping the breath moving through, pressing into the right foot. And we'll release. Bring the right foot back into center. And we'll bring the hands flat to the floor. From here, bring the right foot all the way back and up in downward dog. Lengthen the right foot back. We're going to go to warrior one when you're ready. We're going to lengthen that right leg back. We'll pull the knee to the chest. Step the right foot forward. Drop your back heel. So warrior one, feet heel to heel. When you're ready, coming up, pressing the palms in front of you, reaching up towards the sky over the heart center like an arrow. Dropping the low ribs core engaged and the low back muscles, latissimus dorsi, engaged as well. Relax the shoulders down, straight arms. And we'll bring that right hand outside the right foot, open chest to left. You can use a block here if you like. Grounding the back foot down. And we'll come on the right fingertips. Pull the left hand back behind you when you come up and come to a reverse. Left hand down, right hand over the head, open chest to left, hips to left. Bring your back heel in for Trikonasana triangle pose. Right hand lengthens forward, left hand back. Push the hips back. So you can bring that right hand to a block or the shin or the floor. Stacking that left top hand up. Breathing through the pose consciously. And we're going to go to half moon, but we're going to keep the left hand back this time. Bend the right knee. Use the high block if you have one. Take your time. High block far and far to the in front of you. Come on your back toes. When you're ready, open chest, hips to the left. Left hand back. Bend the top knee. See if your left hand can reach your left ankle or maybe as a direction. Keeping your gaze to the floor will be easier with your balance. Right leg is straight if you can. And with control, we're going to step to a high lunge. So bend the right knee. Keep your control. Left foot's going to come back on the mat, heel up. Hands down, find your stability. Inhale, arms up over the head, lengthen, creating space, expansion. We'll bring that left elbow outside the right knee, hands to prayer. Again, see if you can keep your gaze up, past the top shoulder towards the sky. If this is too hard, drop the back knee to the floor. And we'll release the pose. Hands to the ground. We'll lift that right foot up. If you can, float the right foot back to downward dog, up and back, lengthen out. Lengthen the right leg, lots of length. And we'll drop the foot down, high plank. We're going to stay in this high plank going to the side plank. So we'll bring the heels to the left. And step the top foot, right foot forward, right hand up. Option 1. Option 2 is to bring the right foot in front of left foot for a more challenging version, lifting your hips, retracting the bottom left shoulder in towards the spine to protect your shoulder joint. Breathing through without restriction. And we'll drop the right hand down, coming to the high plank. Find your stability here, and then push back to a downward dog, hips up and back. We'll bring the left leg up, bend the knee, open the left hip. Come on your left fingertips. Option 1, stay here. If you're comfortable, bring the left foot behind you towards the floor to wild thing. Bring the hips forward and up towards the sky as you bring the left hand up and over the head. So left heel is off the floor, right heel on the floor. Breathing through. When you come back, bring the left hand to the floor and turn the right foot, and then left knee to your chest to the high plank. From here, we'll bring that left foot forward, back knee to the floor. Kneeling lunge. High block outside the right shin off the mat. Hands up over the head. And we'll bring the right hand to the high block. So same as before, left foot to the left side at an angle. Find your variation. Open chest to sky, left hand up and over the head. Breathing through the front body, softening, releasing. We'll come back up slowly, bend the left knee. You can keep the leg at the angle. Just bring the left elbow above left knee, open chest to the right. Right hand up and over the head. And release. We'll bring the left foot back to center. Hands to the floor when you're ready. Press your palms, lift your left foot all the way back and up in downward dog. Reach it back, lengthen. Bend the knee if you like. Moving to warrior one. So that left knee when you're ready is going to come back in towards your chest. We'll step the left foot forward. If you can float it, step it a couple times, back heel in, warrior one feet. When you're ready, come up. Hands in front of you. Hands pressing into each other, straight arms. Grounding the feet down as you lengthen the spine. And we'll release. Bring that left hand outside the left foot on the ground or the block, open chest to the right. Right hand back, or you can stack the arms. Grounding the back, right heel down. Conscious breaths. We'll come on the left fingertips. We're going to come up to reverse straight legs. Right hand down, left hand over the head, working towards Trikonasana. Open chest, hips to the right. And then lengthen left hand forward, right hand back. Maybe bring your right heel in if you need to. Left hand to the shin block or the floor, triangle pose. So the bottom hand is pushing down as the top hand reaches up in the opposing direction. Hips pushing back, lengthening the spine. And we'll go to that half moon. So right hand's going to reach back this time. Left hand to high block. Bend the left knee, reach the left hand far forward. Come on your back right toes. When you're ready, open chest and then lift the right leg up, squaring hips and shoulders. Maybe bend the knee. The right hand maybe will reach the ankle or reach towards a direction. Left leg is straight. And we're going to step back with control to a high lunge. Bend the left knee. The right toes come down slowly. High lunge, heels lifted. When you're ready, release the hands over the head, finding more space, expansion through the body. And we'll bring that right elbow outside of left knee, open chest to left, hands to prayer. Try to keep your gaze past that top shoulder towards the ceiling. If this is challenging, you can drop your back knee to the floor. Breath moving through with awareness. And we'll drop the hands to the ground. Hands flat, lift the left foot back and up in downward dog. Lengthen the left leg. And we're going to go to high plank. Drop the knees, Chaturanga when you're ready. Gauge the core, elbows bend midline. Cobra or upward dog. Pull the armpits back in upward dog. Lift your hips, knees off the floor. Exhale, back, downward dog. And from here, we'll jump to seated. We're going to cross the ankles and try to bring your feet through the arms or bring your hands back, hips off the floor, extend the legs, and then come down to seated. We're going to just move the blocks out of the way. We're coming to a forward fold. Legs out in front of us. Cooling down the practice. Lengthening the exhales. And we're going to come up, moving towards Matsyendrasana. So we'll bring the left foot towards the right hip. Right foot outside the left knee. So right foot's flat on the floor. Ground your hips first. So feel your sitting bones to the ground. Lengthen your spine. We'll lift the left arm up. Find more length here. And we'll bring that left elbow outside the right knee. Open chest to the right. So the left hand's in a stop sign. Right fingertips behind you. Turning from your upper shoulders. Breathe through the twist, flushing the internal organs. Improving lymphatic drainage. And we'll release. We're going to drop that top right knee on top of the left knee. See if your right foot can come back a bit more. So your feet are going to pull back and you're stacking your knees on top of each other. We're going to ground the hips down. You can stay here. This might be a lots of release in the hips here with the hands on the floor, grounding the hips. If you want to lean forward, go ahead. Noticing what feels good in your body. Going deeper into that space. Feeling good, feeling joy, feeling release. And we're going to lean back to Navasana boat pose. So lean back, pull your knees to your chest, unravel your legs. Feet knee height, or you can straighten your legs. We're going to open the heart towards the sky. Don't collapse the low back, lifting the low back. Breathing here, using the core. Stay with me. We're going to hover. We're going to come down, hover off the ground, shoulders, feet off the ground, hold. And we'll come up to another forward fold. This time we'll interlace the hands behind you, pull them back and away from you, open the chest. And feel this forward fold today with the chest coming forward, hands back behind you. And we'll inhale up, open the chest a little bit more with the hands and release the bind. We're going to Matsyendrasana, other side. So right foot on the ground towards the left hip, and then the left foot outside the right knee. Left foot's flat on the floor. Ground your hips first. Find length in your spine. Right arm up. We'll bring that right arm outside the left knee. Open chest to left. Right fingertips behind you. Breathing through the twist. Feeling deeper connection with the whole body, sense of wholeness. And we'll slowly release, coming back to stack the knees. So the feet are going to come back. Try to stack the left knee on top of the right one. You can stay upright, fingertips on the ground, ground the hips down, sitting bones. If it feels good, you can fold forward. Going deeper inside. Piercing through the layers of awareness. And we're going to lean back to boat pose again, Navasana. So you can keep your ankles knee height. or maybe straighten your legs, or even your toes can be tapping the floor. That's fine too. Open chest to the sky, low back up. And we're going to hover again, just for a moment before we drop to the ground. And dropping down. We'll come down to the back. We'll bring the feet together here in a Baddha Konasana. And press your hands into the upper thighs and press your thighs away from you. Lengthening the exhales, cooling down the breath. And we're going to lift the legs up to 90, just straight up, reversing the blood flow. Staying focused and conscious with your breath. Deeper levels. And bring the legs wide, hands on the feet, ankles, or shins. And we'll bend the knees, going to happy baby, hands outside the feet, bend the knees by the ribs, knees to the floor. Releasing more, softening. And we'll bring the feet down. We're going to cross the legs as we bring them down, going towards a modified fish pose, Matsyasana. Bring your hands under your thighs. I'm going to demonstrate here, so please have a look. I'll demonstrate first. Hands under thighs. Press your elbows down, and you'll lift your head back of the head onto the ground. And we'll stay here. And then to come out of the pose, you're going to press your elbows, lift your head chin to chest, and then come down this way. All right, so we'll do it together. Hands under your thighs, press your elbows, lift the back of your head onto the ground. Breathing here. Shoulder blades dropping together and down the back. Fresh white light coming into the front body, heart center. Releasing tension. To come out, press your elbows, lift your chin to chest, and then bring your head to the ground. Moving to Shavasana, palms to sky, taking this time about 3.5 minutes for your body to restore, to take rest, for your parasympathetic system to kick in and provide healing for the body, receiving healing from the earth, gratitude for the heart that's been beating every single day since you were born. We'll bring awareness back into the space. Wiggling your fingers and your toes. We'll inhale the hands up and over the head, lengthen out. And we'll turn onto the side, take a pause. Coming up to seated, take a moment in stillness with your hands on your knees. Hands to prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Please give the class a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Bye, everyone.